Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'll be playing some more Wuchang Fallen Feathers. Just going to continue from my progress from my last stream. There's a few things in the background, only to kind of grab a few things that I missed, but I haven't progressed with the story. So for those who have been watching all parts, you haven't missed anything. Aaron Fernandez says hello. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in.
The matter of the boat at the docks. If we were to...
Silence! Fool!
What is going on in here?
Huh? Begone! If it be food you seek, go find your own.
Everyone always seems to think you're looking for food. Not too sure why. Alright, there are a few people I need to speak to in here. I'm just going to have a look around. Of course, the refugee camp becomes quite a familiar place to you. A lot of locked doors for now, but you do eventually open them up. I've been there before.
Ah, my friend. It's been a long time since we last met. The feathering and worship's rise. It's spreading like wildfire. I had to flee before I ended up like the afflicted. Luckily, I managed to escape with a few villagers I knew. This camp, it's humble, but at least we're safe. For now, it's a place to call home. Business is rough these days. If you happen to come upon anything of value, don't hesitate to come to me.
Okunoko in the stream. Hi, thanks for tuning in. Oh, I couldn't, well, unless I say I went to sleep a little bit too early for a Saturday night and I woke up. Was it a Friday night? Man, I've lost track of the days. So yes, for Saturday night I went to sleep a little bit too early. So I woke, so I'm like up really early for where I am in my time zone.
Hey, you made it. Got some new stuff for you.
Okay, does he have anything new for me to buy? I don't think he does, but I always like to look anyway. Let's have a look. What's he got here? Benedict effect, weight, area damage. Don't really care about that. A frostbite shard. If nearby enemies suffer frostbite, take reduced damage for some time. That doesn't seem that useful to me. Shan corruption ward +1. If nearby enemy suffers corruption, take reduced damage for time. No, I'm okay with that. Doesn't really have anything I need, so can always come back later, I guess. There's meant to be this little kid with a pot on his head. I need to find him so I can give him something. So I'm gonna go looking for him. That's really why I came here. I know he's close by. He's not quite in the camp, but he's nearby. Let's go across the bridge and see if he's over there. Okanoko says, yes, Saturdays you're from UK. No, yeah, I am. 5:40 in France, where I work at night all year long, so I'm still awake. Yeah, trust me, I used to work nights for a long time, and then I went on to days, and then my body just couldn't change, it couldn't adapt, so I just got used to staying up at night. It's crazy how the body can change to suit your conditions of living. Where is this kid, man? I know this kid's around here somewhere. Who is this? Oh, that's just another ladder. I wonder where this leads. I'll double check. Huh. I know there's kids around here somewhere, just not too sure exactly where. But I've got to find him because this game, you only have a limited amount of time to do some side missions, so you've got to really try to do them when you can, because people move around on this game. The hell was that? Oh, I've got to deal with this guy. Okay, I'll kill the main guy. Okay, so we know it's not up here. That's fine. Okanoko says, did you try by any chance Nvidia app auto overclock? Their settings is really shy and what voltage goes so high for nothing. No, honestly, I would never do any auto overclocking, whether it's CPU or GPU. I don't believe in that. I believe in my own skills at extracting the most out of my hardware. The auto stuff is for convenience, but if you're experienced with that, with overclocking your hardware, I don't see any advantages to using automatic stuff. I mean, it might be cool to kind of use MSI Afterburner's kind of automated overclock, just to kind of learn a little bit about the card, because it will give you some safe settings. So if you wanted like a baseline, the MSI Afterburner's kind of Nvidia automatic tuning would be useful in that regard, but other than that, I wouldn't use it for much more than that. Kid's not down here from what I can see. I don't think he is anyway. I'm just going to double check because I need to find him. Taylor Stoltz says, hey brother, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I'm also streaming simultaneously over at Twitch for those who like to use Twitch over YouTube. All my social media handles are in the description box, so you can jump over there if you prefer. I'll try to read your comments as well, as much as I can. Okay, so that kid with the jar on his head's not down here either, so I'm not too sure where he's at. I've currently got the game locked to 120 FPS. That's why the latency may be a bit higher than you expected because of VSync reasons. Okay, so we know he's not over here. Maybe we go across the bridge and we can find him. Alistair says, I'm really enjoying playing Cyberpunk again. Yeah, that game always has a charm to it. Doesn't matter how many times you play it, because you forget how many good missions there are. I think it's one of the first games, other than like GTA of course, that the side missions have so much better missions than some of the main missions, the main story stuff. So you kind of get invested in working for some fixers. I liked Wakako. I liked who did I? El Capitan. Like, those are the two fixers I probably enjoyed working for most. And you get put on some really fun missions. So yeah, and I just like the way sometimes things just happen spontaneously in that game as well. So you're always doing something. Alright, where is this kid? Sorry guys, I know this is a bit boring at the moment. I'm just looking for this kid because I gotta give him something before the chance is gone, and I just don't know where he is. The only other option I can do is continue playing, but try not to use the Enter the Dream mechanic, which heals you, because sometimes time moves on when you use that and people move around. But I don't know where this kid has gone. He's just disappeared. Alright, everyone's here, so he's got to be nearby. Let's speak to this priest guy.
Child, your arm. The feathering has taken hold, has it not? Zhenwu Temple has fallen to rebels. No medicine remains. Hide here, in camp, lest they seize you as well. The temple was once bursting with activity. The kind Taoists tended to so many. But now, How swiftly times have changed.
Yeah, everyone's on the run.
Hola. What else can I do for you?
Doesn't seem like you can do anything for me. Okay, so if I don't find this kid now, guess I can find him at another point. I'll just try to avoid using the save points to replenish myself to shrines. If I don't replenish myself, then the people shouldn't move around, time shouldn't progress. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to teleport to where I need to be and just continue with the game. So I can come look for this kid another time because I don't know where he's at. Anyway, I'm meant to be over here at the moment. No, I don't go on stream, just privacy reasons, man. Like, I got no interest in becoming a celebrity or some overnight person that's like popular on the internet. I don't really care about all of that. This is just a hobby to me. So that's why I don't really come on camera. Maybe if I really got big and then I did this for like a job, then maybe yeah, I'll do it, but because I just do this for fun, I don't see the point. Oh, this guy's tough. I need to make sure I'm going the right way. I think this is the way I got here. I'm guessing this is the way I got here. This place is a bit of a maze too. Right, I've got to search everywhere because there's a lot of stuff you can miss on this game. No more enemies up here at least. I'll make sure I'm not missing anything. See how they try to come behind you when you're not looking. All the rooms look the same, so you really got to pay attention.
With scarcely enough meat, let alone for the young master's wedding. I would left in the city. How shall we survive the winter?
Alright, keep going downstairs. You know what? Sometimes it's a little bit dark in these rooms, so I'm going to put on my torch. I can see a little bit better. What is up with you guys? Pretty decent with that shield. It's all the goddamn smoke. Oh, there you are. And this might be a shortcut back to the save point. Yeah, it is. But it's useful, so I don't mind getting that done. The ladder down here you can take. I don't know where this can take me. Mr. Angel says, which generation of GPU do you think 8K gaming will be as playable as 4K gaming? I would say we would need from the RTX 5090, we'd need at least 80% increase in performance, in my opinion. So if we can get 80% over this performance, then we can probably start playing 8K games like we were playing 4K games. At least at 60 FPS pretty much consistently. I don't know about having ray tracing enabled, but just in general. I tried to play Cyberpunk with my 5090 at 8K with path tracing, and it just wasn't it wasn't a great sight. I had to use DLSS like performance, and even then I couldn't maintain over 30 FPS at times. What else is down here? This is the way I came in. There's two ladders, I'm confused now. I think this is the right one though. Konoko says DLSS4 did really bring me back into gaming, and I was disgusted by any previous upscaling, TAA blurring out of everything. Nvidia did great. Yeah, the in-house, well, the most games, the TAA that they ship with is pretty bad. So I understand that completely. This place is pretty hostile. I'm just gonna use my heal up, so I can't afford to die.
Dare defy me. Even the mad one.
Our great Meng!
At its end.
So many hostiles here. They've all got guns, so you gotta be quick. This Angel says agreed. I'm curious to see what gaming will be like in 10 years from now. Rumors are saying the 6090 will be 80% faster than the 5090, and we can expect a release in 2027. Oh, that sounds about right. I don't know about the 80% increase, but if it was, that would be amazing. Let's speak to this dude.
Huh? An outsider? Boss says I shouldn't talk to no outsiders.
Okay, I need to go and speak to his little gang, and then I can get him to join back up with them. This game does have a lot of multiple choice, so I might make some decisions a little different than I made before. Well, it depends. It is possible. Nvidia have got a patent for a chiplet-based design. So far, they've only ever done monolithic. So if Nvidia did a successful chipless-based or chiplet-based design with you know, a process node shrink for efficiency with crazy fast RAM. We don't know how fast RAM will be at the end of mid-2027, end of 2027. So it could happen. It could happen. You never know. And the amount of money that these guys are making now, they're like definitely they got the capability to hire the best in the world now. They've got pretty much the market share and the lion's share of the market when it comes to GPU and compute hardware. Anything that can drive AI. Like, I don't see what's stopping them, to be honest. So I wouldn't rule it out. Because the 4090 from 3090 to 4090 was a massive jump. I don't see why they can't do it again. Okay, so I'm going back in circles now. So this was a shortcut back to here. That's fine. I'm gonna keep going. So there's like an alleyway you can take around the corner. I'm gonna keep running past the ladder this time. Okay, so this is how you do it. Come through here, run down the alley, and you keep going. Hong Noyen says, what is your prediction for the possible timeline for the three game technology breakthroughs: photorealism, graphics, 100%, environmental destruction, and behavioral AI? I think out of the three that you've just mentioned, I think the AI will probably come before everything. The photorealism, I don't think we're going to get that until memory speeds are probably hitting 50 gigabits per second. And I would say something like 48 gigabytes of VRAM is the norm, because you're going to need a hell of a lot of VRAM and a very, very fast VRAM to move all of those pixels, as well as, of course, just the compute performance to move all those pixels to have that 100% real life looking look. I think we need RAM speed, we need a lot of VRAM, because you're going to need amazing textures for it to look that good. And I don't see that happening probably for the next 5 years. The one that will come first will probably be the AI behavior thing, because that just seems to be everyone's focus right now. So the destruction probably comes second, but the graphical, the realism will probably come last, just because of the length of time it's going to take for us to get that hardware, or at least for that hardware to become mainstream enough for developers to actually bother to make their games look that good. Because unless everyone can do it, or the majority of people can push the games at that quality, we're never going to get it, because developers will never make any money if only like 5% of people could play their games. So this is why I'm starting to see a lot of games next gen only, and I prefer that, because now the games are starting to look better now.
It must be within Cloud's fire. Time's of the essence. Better get looking.
Speak to this dude.
Ah, the lady who lowered the bridge, I presume. You should know that your deeds left the madam exceptionally pleased. My name is Shen, the butler of Snowfall Palace.
I deal with all matters large and small on the madam's behalf. The madam appreciates your help, but we're making preparations for a rather grand event. Hence, I must insist you keep out. By all means, proceed if you must. However, I shall turn a blind eye only if you help me find a certain something. Much appreciated. The certain something is a set of 2 pieces. A phoenix coronet and a vermilion wedding dress for the bride-to-be. Nary a soul in Snowfall Palace is wealthy enough to sport such fine attire. You'll recognize it at a glance.
Yeah, 80% might be hard based on just, you gotta look, we're already at 600 watt with these GPUs, and we were all able to get 35% over 1490. So unless they drastically bring down the power consumption, or they find a way to essentially run double, like use a chiplet-based design to run SLI on one chip seamlessly in every game, then yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, I'd be happy with 50%, to be honest, because at least that way I could run Unreal Engine 5 games at over 100 FPS natively without any issue. Okay, it's easy to lose your way on this place, so that's a dead end. Can't go any further.
Like-minded recruits, and then overthrow that hag in the palace. Can somebody help us? An outsider? Boss says I shouldn't talk to no outsiders. Just leave, will ya?
Yeah, everyone says that, but I need to speak to you.
Heard of the Great Yonder Gang, perchance? We rule things around here in Snowfall, and I'm the leader. Don't fear, you're in luck. I'm inviting you to join us. We'll overthrow that hag together. What do you say?
I'll join the gang, why not?
Wise choice. You're one of us now. That one over there's Matchstick. And then there's Glut. He's not back yet, though. We'll do great things together. Hear anything of note while at Snowfall Palace?
Yeah, I'm asking about the wedding dress.
Yeah. Who cares if the hag's good-for-nothing son is getting married? And those, well, they're just lost scraps of cloth. Serves that old fart right for rushing everything. That old coat's up to no good. I bet the hag's behind it. Been snatching up brides left and right. I want to stand up for them. But he's trying to force us out of Snowfall Palace. In his dreams, we'll remain for as long as Snowfall Palace still stands. Look, I'll be honest. I've got the wedding clothes. Well, seeing as you're one of us now, you'd better act the part. It's been a fair while since Glut left. Fetch him, and I'll give you these blasted wedding clothes.
So that kid I spoke to earlier, the one that was eating all the food, I need to go back to him, get him to join the gang, and then she gives me the wedding clothes, and then I can give the wedding clothes to that gentleman, and then that's pretty much just both side missions pretty much wrapped up. They give you some special headwear, and everyone's happy. So Missy Angel says, games are going to be stuck this gen when the 6090 releases, unfortunately. Yeah. We'll just have to rely on PC exclusives, which there isn't many, unfortunately. Okanoko says, I remember back then the GTX 6090 having 2 chips, laughing like, yeah. So that was one aspect of doing SLI on one PCB, but we want to talk about at a die level where you've got 2 chiplets on one die, kind of like how Ryzen do the dual CCD chips like the 9950X 3D. So Nvidia's never done anything like that. The 7900 XTX is a chiplet design, so it's got 2 chiplets on there. That's why it's actually surprisingly quick at times. It was very, very close to my 4090 in some titles, which I couldn't understand, but when you start thinking about the architecture, you realize it worked well in some games and not so much in others. Jack says, I'm at this part now and it's so confusing, laughing my ass off. Taylor Stoltz says, What settings would you normally run in this game? Everything maxed out. The only thing I drop down is I don't use frame gen because I don't really need it, and I use DLSS at the quality preset just to save power, because if you try to run fully native, you get decent performance, but you'll be drawing over 500 watt pretty much consistently. So if you want to play the game for like 2, 3, 4 hours, probably best to save some power along the way. So as much as I'll run my card overclocked and maxed out when I'm doing my benchmarking videos, if I'm playing a game that I'm going to be sitting down on, I'll just generally run it at stock. So it's not something I would do, because if I can achieve my target frame rate, there isn't really much need to run the card maxed out. Oh, you meant Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk I usually use path tracing, DLSS4 at the balance preset, and frame gen 2x, and everything maxed out. That's generally how I run Cyberpunk, because the transformer model looks so good in my opinion, and obviously path tracing is so demanding. Kind of keep the latency down a little bit using the DLSS balance, so you have a nice kind of good base frame rate over 60 FPS, and then 2x frame gen just takes over from there and just gives you that extra smoothness. Okay, what else can I get from this place? It's so confusing in here. You really got to pay attention or you just get lost. Okay, this is a dead end. Not even sure how I got up here. As long as there's enemies to kill, you know you're on the right track. Assault says in Cyberpunk, how do you save a DLSS settings without it resetting when you exit the game? What do you mean? Why would the settings change when you leave the game? They never change. You exit the game and your settings will remain exactly the same until the next time you boot up. That's never been an issue. Okay, I'm going the right way. See if I can create a shortcut. I think you get an opportunity where you can kick a ladder down or something. But not over here. Just gotta keep going. In Cyberpunk, how do you save? I already read that comment. There's a big frame spike there. It can happen when you go to new areas. So I'm gonna temper my weapon. Alright, there's some dangerous enemies around here, so I need to be on point. Heal up. Just gotta be careful because these guys like to sneak up on you. Mr. Angel says the new Resident Evil game coming out next year is going to look insane on OLEDs. Those inky blacks during the dark scenes going to look scary. Yeah, but OLED definitely changed the game for those types of games, because just infinite black, no dim zones on your display, so no kind of grey looking blacks. It's all pitch black. I only have OLEDs in my house. Got a Samsung S95B, which I now use as my living room TV. I've got the LG C3 42-inch, which I use as my monitor / TV for my bedroom. Then I've got like my very first one, which is my LG B9, which I use. That one's connected to my all AMD system. I just use that like just another room. So I've got 3 OLEDs and they all work great, no burning so far. What the hell? There's some kind of trap around here or something. Yeah, there is. And the bloodstain covered it. I was wondering what the hell was shooting me. So this thought says, is there much of a difference between balance and quality? You'll have to try it for yourself, but from what I've seen, it's hard to tell. It's like DLSS4 transformer to raise the quality level to the point where you can use balanced and it still looks really, really good. So it all depends on your own experience. If you don't think it looks sharp enough for you, then by all means use DLSS quality. But I think before I would never even consider using DLSS balance, but with how good it looks, it's kind of like, why not? Ultimately, I care about how the game looks, and if it looks good, that's all that really matters. Damn it, man, I'm getting my ass beat here. Deal with this chick.
At its end.
I trust everything you do for your settings. Appreciate that. Alright, let's deal with this dude. I want to fall off, so let him come to me. This guy's tough. Lost a lot of health already. Okay, so you jump down here. Then you fall down here, take this guy out. Drop down here. Ah, miss. Oh, come on, man. How the hell did that even happen? Okay. That's going to be difficult to get all my runes back, or my mercury. So I'll have to be careful. Okay, well I did open up the shortcut, so I know where to go to get back. While I'm here, I may as well go and do that side mission and go and get that kid to join the gang again. So I'm going to quickly go and do that, then I'll go back and go and get all my red mercury and continue with the story. I got a strong boss to fight in this part of the game, so I want to be as strong as possible. Sorry, I missed. Okinoko said, what's your expectation on the future Intel CPU release? I see there, sorry, my mouse is in the way of the comment section. It says, I see them on par with the 9800X 3D, 9950X 3D in terms of gaming at least. Well, we don't necessarily know how Intel's going to perform with their 3D variant or 3D cache equivalent of their new release. It could be revolutionary. So we don't know. Like, Intel definitely have got the potential to get back in the game, but I'm not interested in Intel catching up with what's currently out there. They need to be able to keep up with what AMD is coming out with next. So it's going to be like a never-ending cycle. If AMD comes out with Medusa, and Medusa's like game-changing in terms of IPC and just the way it performs in terms of efficiency and everything else, then Intel are just gonna take one step forward, and then AMD is gonna take another step forward, and it's gonna be like that. And and ultimately I try to buy the best I can afford, which would mean it won't be Intel. So I'm not excited for it. I'll watch with interest, of course, but I don't expect them to be part of any of my new builds until they prove themselves. I still have my 4900KS. It's not like I'm anti-Intel. I use my 4900KS every day. I'm using it right now to stream this gameplay. But in general, I find my AMD platform for gaming just superior. Anyway, I created a shortcut, which I should have done last time. I'm not too sure why I didn't do that. Let's go and speak to this guy so he can rejoin the gang. Cannot afford to die. Not when I've got so much red mercury at stake.
Our great men.
There's too many guys with guns. Get rid of all of them first. Still one more trying to shoot me. Yeah, they've definitely overdone it with the amount of enemies that try to kill you here. You think you're safe, but you get killed very easily here. Anyway, let me tell this kid to go back and join this gang.
Great. Oh, great. Now we can finally do something big together. Boss says the butler's a meanie, but my master's the greatest tailor in town. Although, I haven't seen him since he set off for Snowfall. Oh! The butler said my master wanted to see me, to show me what he'd been working on. But, boss is looking for me too, so... I don't know what to do. Right. After all this time, I'm sure his skills are even better now. I'll sneak away just this once. I'm sure boss will forgive me.
Wanted to choose a different option this time because I told him to rejoin the gang last time and see what happens. I want a different hat. Anyway, it's time to go back and actually progress. So we're gonna go back through here. This place is confusing, but you get used to it. Go back through here. Keep running past here. I'm gonna climb up here. How is your frame rate been since you moved to AMD? Mouse movements and everything on most games are smoother or worse. It's just been smooth. I haven't noticed any issues. I know some people are saying it wasn't as good as or snappy as Intel or responsive, but I haven't detected anything like that. But then again, I'm not like a major fast twitch gamer. But in general experience, just using the hardware with my everyday kind of browsing and everything else I usually do, it just feels perfectly fine. I couldn't distinguish this. Basically the same experience as my Intel i9 4900KS. No difference really. But when it comes to the games, yeah, you can tell. The minimums were much better. What the hell is down here? I'm gonna double check. Brilliant red flower. Got enough brilliant red flowers now to upgrade something. Okay, I'm not too sure where I am right now, but let's keep progressing anyway. This place can be confusing, unfortunately. What the hell is going on here? These guys are having some mini battle royale or something. Alright, well, we quelled that violence. You can knock down that ladder and make a shortcut. It will be very useful, actually, just in case I die again. So I want to find a way to do that. So if I go back in here, go back across and go up the stairs, you go across that little footbridge and you can kick down the ladder. That will save you a hell of a lot of time in the future. So I'm going to get that done. I don't think the bad guys can climb ladders on this game. What the hell was that? Yeah, I haven't missed anything. Okay, I don't want to get lost now, so I'm going to go back on myself. Don't know if I'm going the right way. Telesalt says, when I played Assassin's Creed Shadows, I didn't finish it because I didn't really like it. I finished it. I really enjoyed that game, actually. I got like my Yasuke and my, what's her name? Oh, damn it. I forgot the main girl's name now, but yeah, man, I got her really, really strong. Naoe. That's her name was Naoe, wasn't it? Yeah, Naoe. Yeah, I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the freedom. I enjoyed the weather system. Yeah, that was one of the better Assassin's Creeds in my opinion. But I'm kind of biased towards Japanese culture. I've always thought it was pretty cool. Just the samurai spirit, the goriness of being able to just fight with swords is been appealing to me for as long as I can remember. So I guess I preferred that over the hidden blade. And the only one that really fought with swords before that was, actually then again, they all fought with swords now that I think about it, but it wasn't as cool. I thought the samurai aspect with the katana was just better swordplay than all the rest. Plus the Kusuragi as well, that weapon was pretty cool. Okay, I'm on the right side now, so I can keep going. And let's go and get back what I lost. Gotta be careful here though, there's strong enemies. But honestly, when it comes to games now, I think we got so used to most games don't bring too much different to the table, so I guess we're a little bit harder to satisfy now when it comes to games. I remember playing Streets of Rage 2 for the first time. I thought it was the most amazing thing ever. But now, like, our expectations have changed. Oh, I almost got myself killed there. I thought I killed her, but I guess I didn't. How is she? She keeps disappearing into that dust. She's dead now though. My biggest flaw was the climbing mechanics in Shadows. They did overhaul some of the animations. So, but because there was an emphasis on having that hook to climb up, I guess they wanted to make sure that it felt really different between Yasuke and Naoe. So I used to like playing as Yasuke when it come to dealing with like the castles, but when it came to like sneaking around and traversing the land, Naoe was way better. She was quicker. She could just basically climb everything because she had that hook as well. So yeah, it was an interesting dynamic. I thought it was a good game. I know there was controversy around everything, but I'm not going to get into that. I tried to focus on the positives. I just think it must suck to be a dev nowadays because everyone's so hard to please, man. Who'd want to be a developer? But everyone has a right to their opinion, so you know, that's the way it goes. If you're going to spend money on something, I guess you want to be happy about it. Grab this. Hate these guys, man. Okay, I need to survive and get back my red mercury that I lost. That is the plan. I mean, I liked Valhalla. I thought that game was actually too long. I got kind of bored towards the end, but I enjoyed that game as well. Because I like Vikings too. Come on, let's go. Alright, this thing's dead. Oh damn, that's my spirit down there. So she's gone. I'm not gonna fight her up here obviously because I'll get knocked over, but yeah, I need to fight her and get back my runes. That's gonna be difficult. Basically, I'm gonna have to jump down and climb down that ladder immediately, and then me and her can fight. But that's gonna be difficult. Let's do a jump attack at least. That worked out. I knocked her off, so I got all my stuff back. Oh, that worked out. It was a lot easier than I thought it'd be. Where does this ladder lead anyway? I'm just gonna double check where this goes. Alright, I can kick this ladder now to make a shortcut. This brings you back down to the bottom. That's useful. Yeah, I mean, not everyone's gonna enjoy what you enjoy, but I enjoyed. I guess I'm not a really harsh critic. I always see the best in games. Sometimes I don't enjoy everything, but I could appreciate what they were trying to do with Valhalla. I liked Valhalla as well because half of it was in Norway, some of it was in England where I live, so it was nice to see the kind of historical places and names on the map. So I found that aspect intriguing myself, so I guess that was another reason why it was more interesting to me maybe than someone else. Konoko says, do you think that gaming GPUs and CPUs will go down in price drastically in the 5 to 10 years because consoles are catching up and the difference will stop being visible at 4K? That's an interesting one. I don't see anything going down, to be honest. I only see things going up. The way things are going and the events that I always try to keep politics out of my channel, so we're not going to get too deep into it. But I think there will be events in the world that are going to make prices increase. Let's look at the PlayStation 5, for example. That's gone up by $50. Why has that gone up by $50? Well, certain economical events, changes in trade agreements between neighboring countries, different countries, and it all comes back down to politics as well. I don't see anything going down in price, unfortunately. Let's see. There's a trap waiting for me. There's a boulder. I need to be careful about that. See what else is down here before I go. Okanoka also says, oh, 8K will continue this forever cycle of performance. Well, didn't they stop making 8K displays? Even like one, because there's barely any native 8K content, because hardly anyone has the bandwidth to stream it. And I don't think we're ready for 8K yet, honestly. So I'm happy for us to just try and get 8K, 4K, 240 Hertz and hit that as a norm before we start moving into different resolutions. I hear someone crying. So Salt says, I really loved for Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. They look so beautiful. Yeah. Sometimes I was playing the Forbidden West. Not Forbidden West. I was playing the Horizon Zero Dawn remastered, and I just found myself just looking around, thinking, man, this game looks amazing at times. So, who's that made by Guerrilla Games? Is that the developer Guerrilla Games, isn't it? So they can make some really good looking games. Okay, another shortcut has been opened up. So this is a lot better for me. So now when I come up here, I can just go to the left rather than ascending the stairs, and I can pretty much be at the end of this place. So this place is confusing as hell, but eventually once you've opened up all the shortcuts, it's pretty easy to navigate. Yeah, the remaster is different to the OG in many ways. One, they've updated the character model, so Aloy will talk a lot more with her face than the previous version, where she was more static. They've done better things with the camera work, so rather than just focusing on one view while you're in a conversation, it would switch angles to the person you're speaking to. It will change angles and it will feel more natural. So they've done some great. I've actually got a comparison which kind of shows this off. Let me just give you a link to that. Actually, just give me a second, guys. Let me get you that link. I think I did do that comparison, so you can check that out. For anyone else that's interested, just have a look. I've made so many videos now. I have to search for my own stuff too. This. Okay, so in your own time, let's check out that comparison. You'll see the differences, and I think they're substantial enough. Anyway, let's get back into it. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to get a link for something. Microphone setup is the Blue Yeti, but I'm using some OBS filters as well, so it's not. So I've kind of tailored it a little bit more with software as well. So, but at base, it's the Blue Yeti. Okay, I got to jump down here, and then got to worry about this damn boulder coming to crush me. Try not to get myself killed. Okay, I survived that. Okonoku says, yeah, I've got a boom arm and I don't have a pop filter. I have like one of those foam covers for the end of the mic, and that does enough. That's more. Of course, I think sometimes the pop filter is a little bit obstructive. So yeah, my mic's just on a boom arm, so there's no vibrations. If I bang my desk or nothing, you guys won't hear that.
Yes, Mom.
And then I've got noise, what's it called, like the noise suppression kind of foam on the wall as well to help with the echo. So I did a little bit of noise cancellation too. You guys are really trying to kill me, huh? Oh, we can't have that. Frostbite. Alright. Oh well, I killed both of you guys anyway. Let's drink one of those soups. Right now it is 5:39 AM over here in the UK. Alright. I'm going to be fighting the boss in a bit, so hopefully I don't die too often. So let us use anything that we got to get some more red mercury. Want to level up as much as we can. As long as the mic sounds good to you guys, that's the aim. Sorry, I just got a message over at Twitch, but I realized it was spam, so I'm not going to read that out. Just using up all of these things, so maybe I can do two to get two red mercury essence at once, possibly. I'm not too sure, but that would be useful. Okay, where am I at right now? Yeah, I was able to get two, which is good because that means I can get a +5 vitality. That's awesome. And I can level up this sword, I think, now. I need one more radiant feather. May as well heal up. Okay, so There's a little bit more to explore around here, but then I've got to go and fight the boss after that. But with my current strength, I don't see the boss being too much of an issue. Shouldn't be, at least. How can't I pick this up?
At its end.
Are you here for the wedding as well? The madam has spared no expense for the young master. This wedding has been long in the making. They say the bride was chosen from near and far. Oh, if you are a guest, take the path to the right of the square. Follow it to the end.
Okay, if you go up the steps, basically if you take the right, you can go and fight the boss straight away, but I don't want to do that. There's some more things I need to get. So I'm just going to quickly explore and try and get everything. Sorry lady, that's not going to work for me. Okinoko says, can't wait for Battlefield 6 release. Will you do the campaign? Yeah, I'm looking forward to a campaign. We never got one with Battlefield 2042, and as you guys know, I didn't like the way they did the war stories on Battlefield 5. It didn't really feel like a campaign. It just felt like a mix-up of missions. So yeah, looking forward to it. Games are getting more expensive though. That's one thing I don't like. So trying to keep up with everything. Sometimes I'll buy games not all at the same time, because I don't know what it is about the gaming industry. Everyone wants to release things at the same time, and then it's like, if you're a kid and you're not working, imagine trying to go to your parents saying, I want to buy this game, it's $70, but there's also another game I want which is also $70. You're not gonna get both, and eventually you're gonna have to start missing out on stuff. Yeah, Nintendo are lost their mind. They want crazy amount of money for their games as well. I think once GTA 6 comes out at $100, I think it's going to change the gaming industry, because everyone's envious of everyone. They'll think, well, if they can charge 100 and people are paying it, then so can we. We think our game's good, and then it's just not going to be any good for anyone. Games are meant to be entertainment, but it still needs to be affordable. So we'll see what happens with that, but I don't see that going too well. Let's go. Alright, barely survived that. Those two are pretty formidable together. Yeah, well, that's how it starts. It always starts that way. So GTA will be $100. Give it some time, and then other developers will start getting bright ideas. Well, look, I hope I'm wrong. That's all I'm saying. No one wants to pay more than they need to. Okay, let's push this. There's a secret area you can go to. I mean, look, Nvidia are overpriced pretty much generally, but let's be clear, like, you're not entitled to own a 5090. You're not entitled to own the best graphics card. You got to pay the cost. And as long as they make a GPU that is capable and at an attractive and more affordable price, then I've got no problems. But if you think that everyone, this is what I don't understand. I just want to kind of condense this argument. When you look at things like the Steam survey, you'll see that maybe 0.5% of people are using a 5090 for gaming, right? So then, why is it that so many people seem to complain about the price when the data already shows that it's less than 1% or less than 3% of people actually buy GPUs over $1,500? So for those people that are complaining, you were never gonna buy it anyway, so why even complain? I just don't understand that. Oh man, get my ass beat here. I'm poisoned. Corrupted. Alright, I won, but just barely. Anthony Smith says, good morning, bang. Damn, this is early one. Yeah, I've been playing since like 4 AM. I went to sleep a little bit too early for a Saturday, so I woke up early. So I thought, you know what? I'm not one to lay around in bed. I get bored, so I just got up and I said, you know what? I feel like continuing my stream, so why not? I didn't remember the panda being in here, but that's good. Let's see what he's got to sell. Yeah, 2700 is quite the investment for a graphics card. So you can buy a lustrous red feather with so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can't just find those. Interesting. Okay, so I've pretty much done all the extra stuff. I do need to ride the elevator back to the top of this temple. Then I can go down into the basement and fight the boss, and then that'll pretty much be it for today's stream. So let's get that done. Long Song says more stream gameplay. I mean, I'm trying, but for me to stream consistently for you guys, I need to be enjoying the game. It needs to be a game where I can get enough time to actually read your comments comfortably and play as well. Not all games give you that luxury. There's a lot of games you have to focus pretty much all the time. Okay, let's cool this back down. That way, actually, let me open this door as well. See what's behind here. Let's go. Alright, dealt with her pretty quick. Dragon Pendant +1. Let me have a look at that. Bravery Pendant increases damage dealt against enemies at full health. Increases your weapons stab. You know what this is? The Bravery Pendant is pretty useless, to be honest. I'm going to change that to something different. Increases your burn resistance. That's not that important. Let's see what the Dragon Pendant does. Increases your weapon / attack power, but increases damage taken. Yeah, that's never a good deal. I'm just going to put on the Nameless Eye. Slightly reduces the damage taken as a global thing, so that's pretty useful. I think we're pretty much cleaned this area out. I'm going to go up to the top now. I need to pull this lever so this comes back down. Come on. Then if you step on it, you can ride it to the top and this takes you to a new area. Okay, Noka says have a good day. Well, I'm leaving. Thanks for tuning in. Swift Frostbite +1. Alright, so again.
The palatial walls shine with cold, harsh light, while fragrant petals fall like shattered gold. But our prize, it's long gone from this place.
Okay, well, thanks for that item. That'll be very useful in my fight. Bloody letter. I'm not too sure who to give that to. I think that is everything. Maybe there's a room or two I need to grab some stuff, but other than that, we pretty much cleaned this area out. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this area now. Go back down to the bottom. Let's check this room, just make sure I've checked this area as well. Ah, I didn't know you could see the madam up here. I always thought you could only see her down in the basement, so that's interesting. I'm gonna speak to her.
Yes, I know you. You have guts negotiating with me. More guts than a certain yellow-bellied runt who relied on his status above all. Just look around you. This is my territory, my domain. I can hardly fathom how useless Ningqi proved to be. It seems I severely overestimated his ability. It matters not. I know to appreciate talent when I see it. You're free to remain, or leave, as you so please. However, we are in the midst of much preparation. Certain places are off limits. I warn you to keep your distance. Keep in mind that I shall hound you to the very gates of hell if you disrupt my plans.
The hell, she's like some 9-foot demon or something, man. She's huge. I know you're thinking it. I still would. Anyway, let's go downstairs and see if we can fight her now. Just having a look around, see if there's anything interesting here. Anthony Swift says, had the luck to sell my 4080 and get a 5070 Ti for 1-to-1, so no loss there. Multi-frame generation alone was worth it, but also overclock's very good. It's glad to hear it worked out for you. K70 says, hi Bang, when I play Baldur's Gate 3 in 5K with my 5090 at 120 FPS, I sometimes get frame time spikes. Any of that what could be good of, are you locking 120 or is it just kind of hitting 120 every now and then? I've never really tried to play Baldur's Gate at 5K, anything over 4K, but I found Baldur's Gate to run pretty smooth. But I haven't actually played Baldur's Gate yet on my 5090, so I'm not too sure if that's a normal thing. I'll let you know my experience if I ever do play it. I will be playing it. It's a great game. Just playing other stuff at the moment. Okay, mod says, hey yo, myself A99 got hey yo, I got myself a 9950X 3D also. What a beast, and surpasses for 5.7 GHz AMD says they are supposed to give. Yeah, you can do 5.750. Yeah, once you hit the F-clock max at 200, you can surpass even that 5.9 GHz as well. And the curvy girl's always here. Yep, I like that aesthetic. Kason says, yes, I would lock at 120, but it runs between 100 and 120 depending on the region. Do you find the frame spikes are intermittent, or is it when you go to new areas? Sometimes when you go to a new area and it needs to cache things, then it will be okay. Sometimes when you use animations, new skills for the first time, you'll get frame spikes, and then after that it should be okay. It all depends, but I generally believe that the game runs decent, acceptable. What kind of CPU are you using? Because that may play a part in your experience. Okay, that's everything in this place. I'm gonna go back down to the save point. Let's look. Gee, I can pretty much just fight the boss from here. I think I've got enough to kill her straight away. But just to make sure all my powers are at the ready, I'm gonna go and replenish my health. Actually, I spent all that time killing everyone. I don't want to replenish anyone. I'm just gonna go and try and fight. What I will do though is get rid of these damn throwing knives, and we can put this here. That'll be more useful for me. K70 says 9800X 3D, it runs perfectly when I use DLSS. With DLSS I cap it to 160 FPS. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, it sounds like you got more FPS than you know what to do with, so... I mean, unfortunately some engines just are prone to frame time issues. There's not really much you can do. The best you can do is try to play on the most fastest storage solution that you have. That sometimes helps. So I don't even have regular SSDs. All of my storage solutions in my PC are NVMe, PCI Express 4.0 drives. I don't even use regular SSDs anymore. Okay, it's time to get ready for this fight. Let's see now. Probably best for me to have this as an option. And I'm going to use one of these. Alright, let's do it.
Bride for my little boy. I should have picked you.
It's just quick. That kickover is something else.
Even the Imperial Guards fell before my poison. Your delicious love. Ice shatters! Miss, arrive!
Oh, trembling.
I forgot she's got this special ability where she can just kill you in one hit. I almost forgot about that attack. You can't just stay in front of her. So I've got the strength to kill her. I just got to still fight with the right tech well, the right strategy. So try to get her back and take her down. Completely forgot that she can kill you in one hit. Nice. I've been says PS3 was powerful, PS4 was weak, PS5 was powerful. Do you think PS6 will be weak? Or I haven't really been looking for PlayStation 6 leaks, so I've got no idea what the specs are going to be. But I'm not expecting too much, to be honest. Alright, let's see if we can get a win this time. Is Black Myth better or Wuchang in terms of story, gameplay, and graphics? I think Black Myth's a better game. Yeah, 100%. But as this game's still good. Says I also started playing Wuchang, but went for 6K. The environment almost looks photorealistic. 6K is ambitious, man. What kind of upscaling are you using? Okay, let's try and win this time. And use something for our stamina. Alright, we're ready.
Bride for my little boy. I should have picked you.
What do you know?
Even the Imperial Guards fell before my poison. Your doom is nigh.
I don't think so.
Lost are we?
But she'll do this twice, and then she'll do this attack where she does this explosion. Then you can pretty much attack her head on.
Stay buried. Arise! Mists, arise!
Oh, come on, man. This woman, with her freezing attacks, it keeps cutting my stamina in half. If I can kill her, I just made a mistake. I tried to do a hard attack when I didn't have Skyborn Might, and she ended up trying to charge it up. But let's try again. I'm going to try and be a bit more aggressive this time. Third time's a charm, eh? Wuchang looks cleaner than Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. Right, let's make sure that she has her madness up to 100% this time. Where I get a little bit more strength. And yeah, I got a good feeling this time. I think I'll get the win. Try not to be careless. Right, what else can we use? Get some stamina buffs. One of these two. Alright, let's do this.
bride for my little boy. I should have picked you.
Oh, and this goddamn ice. She moves too quick sometimes.
Even the Imperial Guards fell before my poison. Your doom is nigh.
Try not to get frostbite. That's the aim. Wait for stamina to fill back up. And once she does this, now you can attack her.
You walk to your grave. Stay buried.
Come on, man.
Frost fail. Lost, are we?
Come on, woman. Bring it on. Oh man, that stupid poison attack. Look how hard this woman is, man. She never had that one hit kill. I would have killed her already. Just got to be careful. You can't get too greedy trying to attack her directly. Do a few attacks from behind and then get out of there. That's the best thing you can do. What I will do though is equip something to deal with this frost. But then again, she poisons you as well, so then that's just like a difficult issue. What I can try is using... I don't know if that shield would protect me from that poison attack. It possibly could. I'm not too sure. I'll give it a try. In the Souls-like games, I've always confused when the fire stuff are present and what exactly can be touched and what can't for damage. Thankfully, they have a build-up, so it's instant. It's not instant damage yet. Makes sense. Alright, let's try and win this time. That's 4 losses now on the bounce. This is probably the hardest boss I've come across since my New Game Plus. This is not a strength issue, this is just a skill issue. I just need to get her attacks down. Honestly, like, you're better off just trying to attack the hell out of her and try to stun her as much as you can. That's the best way to kill her. Get behind her back and try and do the most damage with a critical hit. So that's what I'm going to go with. Use something for stamina. I've been running out of that recently. And I think that's it. That will do it. Come on, woman. Keep missing my critical attacks. Don't want to be too close to her when she does this attack. Got you now.
Your doom is nigh.
Let's go.
Ice shatters. Mist arise. Pitiful.
Needs to be closer to her back. Got you now.
My voice has been ears. I shall not have it spoiled.
I don't think you have a choice, woman. Just one more attack will kill you. Okay, I killed her pretty easy this time. So she's tricky only because of that instant kill, but you know how to get to her back. She's not that hard to kill. Okay, job done. Damn, I need a hell of a lot of red mercury now. I just discarded that like an idiot. Great. But still enough to get one red mercury essence. I think I got one just for beating her anyway, so it works out. Yeah, I already got one, so that works out. I need another radiant feather, then I can upgrade the longsword even more. But other than that, we're doing pretty good, pretty strong. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Just wanted to play a little bit of Wuchang Fallen Feathers, continue my stream. Obviously, that's another boss down. So maybe I'll stream tomorrow, maybe sometime in the week, but I can't promise anything. Well, thanks for tuning in. Of course, if you're new, consider subscribing. If not, just hit the thumbs up. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok. All my socials are in the description box. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.